Hey everyone, we hear so much about artificial intelligence, right? It feels like it's changing everything. But there's this massive gap between the AI we have today and the kind of super smart, conscious AI you see in the movies. So today, we're going to break down the 5 biggest roadblocks standing in the way of a truly human-like artificial intelligence.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The big dream, the ultimate goal, is something called artificial general intelligence, or AGI for short. And you gotta forget about an AI that's just really good at chess or writing emails. We're talking about a machine with a mind that is just as flexible and creative as yours or mine. One that could learn to cook a 5-star meal, discover a new medicine, or even write a beautiful symphony all by itself.
It's basically the holy grail of the tech world. So the huge question is, if this idea is so powerful, where is it? Why don't we have one yet? Well, it turns out that building a mind is a whole lot harder than building a really good calculator. There are some fundamental, almost philosophical problems that we have to solve first.
And that brings us to our first major hurdle, the common sense problem. This is all that intuitive stuff you just know about the world without ever being formally taught it. It's the background knowledge we all pick up just by living.
I mean, just look at these. They seem ridiculously obvious to us. But that's the whole point. An AI doesn't live in our physical world. It only knows the data we feed it. So how on earth do you program the millions of unwritten rules of reality? You can't just tell it, fire hurts. It has to somehow grasp the concepts of pain and heat and consequences right from the ground up. And that is a huge problem.
Okay, next up, we have what I like to call the one-trick pony problem. The AI models we have today are hyper-specialized. They can become absolute grandmasters at one very specific task, but that incredible skill is totally locked in a box. It doesn't translate to anything else.
And this just illustrates the difference perfectly. If you learn how to ride a bike, your brain automatically applies those principles of balance and steering to a scooter or even a motorcycle. It's transferable knowledge. But an AI that has completely mastered Super Mario has learned absolutely nothing about the falling blocks in Tetris. For every new task, it is a complete beginner. It has to start from zero every single time.
This brings us to one of the most subtle, but maybe one of the most important obstacles, the clever parrot problem. Modern language models are incredible mimics. I mean, they can generate text that is grammatically perfect and seems totally relevant to the context. But does it actually understand what it's saying? And this quote just gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? An AI can write a beautiful, moving poem about the sadness of losing a friend, but it has never had a friend. It has never felt sadness. It's just become exceptionally good at predicting which words should follow other words based on all the human text it's been trained on. So, at its core, the AI is putting on a performance. It's a simulation of understanding, not a genuine experience. It's kind of like an actor who has memorized all the lines for a play perfectly, but has never truly felt the character's emotions. All right, let's tackle our final 2 roadblocks. Now, they're a bit more on the technical side, but they are just as critical. First, the sheer, staggering amount of power AI consumes, and second, its fundamental struggle with real-world logic. Let's start with this number, 20 watts. That's it. That is the power it takes to run the most complex machine we know of in the universe. The human brain. It's about the same amount of energy you'd need for a pretty dim light bulb. And by contrast, this is what it takes to run the massive supercomputers behind today's most advanced AI models. We are talking about an energy footprint comparable to a small city. It's an insane difference. We just haven't figured out how to create intelligence efficiently. Right now, we just throw enormous amounts of raw power at the problem. Now for that logic issue, which we can call the why problem. An AI is fantastic at spotting patterns, so it can observe 2 events that happen together every single day, without fail. To the machine, this is a perfect correlation. And here is the colossal error. The AI concludes that one thing must be causing the other. It sees the pattern, the correlation, but it completely misses the underlying reason, the causation. It can't grasp that both events are caused by a completely different thing, the rotation of the Earth. You see, true intelligence requires understanding why things happen, not just that they happen together. So, after going through all of these massive hurdles, what's the big picture here? What's the final takeaway? So on the path to AGI, we face these just monumental challenges. There's the lack of basic common sense. There's the inability to transfer skills from one task to another. We have the problem of mimicking understanding instead of truly feeling it. Then there are the insane energy requirements, and finally, that failure to grasp cause and effect.
Now, what we have today is incredibly powerful. Don't get me wrong. It's called narrow AI. These are systems that are brilliant at very specific, defined tasks. But the journey from these specialized tools to a flexible, creative, common-sense intelligence, well, that's a long one. We're not just improving a technology here. We are literally trying to build a mind.
And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Imagine we solve all of this. We actually do it. We create a true artificial general intelligence. What would be the very first, most important question you would ask it? Something to think about.